Nice right turn into construction. Let me shut off all this crap for that. Who puts in exhaust on a Chrysler 300? I have no idea. But anyways, that was a beautiful right turn into where it's supposed to be going and the construction. So the light is green. There was somebody that was about to cross in the crosswalk, but then they stopped and the car went. Again, this is something that I've talked about in my videos recently. Is the AI starting to predict what's going on? So left turn, it's correct. Stopping, it needs to stop and not go because this is a red light. Okay. It's like inching forward and it ran the red light. So that is called running a red light. It ran a red light. It's not supposed to do that when it makes a left turn. Absolutely great way to start the video. So you guys will see that this video is more at nighttime, just when the sun is setting. I wanted to kind of like showcase the nightlife downtown. It isn't the weekend, but still just to kind of, you know, give a little bit of different perspective. So we aren't going straight. The navigation is taking us right, which is correct because that's where I told it to go. So let's see. These bumps are not the best here in the Detroit area. I can already see from my preview on my 360 app that it just looks absolutely gorgeous, the city right now. Like, it's unbelievable how amazing it looks. And some guy's showing off his money. He has like a wad of cash that he just showed off. That's not the best thing to do, but hey, to each his own, I guess, which is common. So we got to the navigation point. I set the car to go to a different navigation point, and this guy is still showing his money. So I might talk over this part of the video just because their music is blasting. I don't want to get copyrighted for such degenerate music, but yeah, so it's going to be interesting seeing how it does at nighttime. There's definitely some people out, and as much as the day. Don't know how much I'll record down here. I'll keep checking the cameras because I noticed my nighttime content doesn't do as good as my daytime content. But we're just out here trying something different and just to, you know, kind of check out a different perspective of how the system would handle something like this. So light's about to change. Let's see what it's going to do. It needs to go straight, which it is. That's good. Don't turn right. And going into the lane without a turn signal. And then it puts it on. So I'm going to disengage there and just report that needs to put on the turn signal early, not during the turn. And then it got this guy confused because technically I shut off the system, but then he's trying to cross, which he shouldn't be crossing anyway. But this is Detroit, so laws only apply when we get in trouble with police, right? And if they even care about anything. So let's see how the system's going to do down here in the dark. Not really the dark yet, but it's getting there. So there's a lot of people here. Don't know why it chose. You can go straight in either one of these lanes. So we aren't blocking anybody or anything like that. Car behind us is kind of getting pretty close. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. This is, you know, Woodward and Grand River. Very busy at nighttime. And, you know, it's going to be interesting to see if we can get some interesting scenarios. All right, light is green. We are going straight. We don't need to turn left. I should have, because I forget how busy right in the heart of downtown Woodward can be. But I'm going to end the navigation because it's just going to go straight. I want to get some turns. I want to get some interaction. So let's send this back to Campus Martius. Sorry if I say that incorrectly, Detroiter. So it's got to turn left. And it's kind of battling itself right here. And luckily, Detroiters kind of know the drill. But yeah, it handled that okay. It should have seen that a lot earlier, way earlier. But luckily, Elon didn't run over the, you know, whole family there. But let's see how it's going to handle this guy on a skateboard. We're going to be turning left back onto Woodward. There is a car that's trying to get around this car that's stationary. So the car, see, it caught her, which is good. Should have predicted that way earlier, but that's okay. Still caught it. That's the important part, right? Handling that left turn nicely, kind of going over the line a bit, and of course we're getting a honk, but that's okay. He drives a Silverado. I'd honk too if I drove a Silverado, but stopping nicely for this red light. And I'm kind of focusing around here around the Campus Martius area, just because there is a lot more action here. Right now in my mind, I'm thinking, as I'm multitasking in my mind, I think what I'm going to end up doing is a 15 to 30 minute video. Just, I see those tend to do a little bit better for people like watching like lengthwise. Just to kind of, you know, keep it short, but also because it is getting dark, and the dark videos I've tried a bunch of times, they just don't do well, and I just don't want to upload a bunch of content and do all that work if it's not going to get any traction, you know. I want to make sure, you know, these type of situations are being seen. So I'm going to shut the system off because we are coming to where the car is being told to go. So let's I'm going to shut it off because I don't want it to go that way. People are really hustle and bustle this evening. So I am kind of messing with the system to get it where it needs to go. So again, it's only in this lane because essentially I didn't stop and then tell it where to go and let it go, but there aren't any parking spots in that part of Campus Martius. So it's doing the right turn, and this guy walked in the crosswalk, but the car doesn't seem to, like, on this version, acknowledge that. He was in the crosswalk, like all the older versions or version 12 were completely fine, but it's just like this version 12 dot, what is it, dot 1, dot 5, dot 2 or whatever it is, just does not acknowledge them. You saw even with that situation with the family, with the kid, it's like it just doesn't acknowledge it. Only when, you know, it's already stopped and then needs to turn left or right, and then it's clear for, you know, the pedestrians that it does that. Rather, when it's there, there right away, and then the car, I don't know. It's kind of strange how it just doesn't, you know, doesn't do that in this version. So not quite Robotaxi yet, but again, it also doesn't understand this concept that these two lanes can turn left, okay? But we have to be in the right turn lane so we can turn on the outer side and get into the street that is the first right after this big ring we have here. So I'm just going to disengage real quick and let the team know that. Needs to get in the far right turn lane to make the turn that is coming right after our left turn. Hopefully that makes sense. The AI that they use will pick that up. And the light's about to change. There is somebody behind us, but nobody to our right. So the system should do this turn. When I did my initial video of when I got this software version, it was okay. It made it. But you see, now it's picking the first lane. This is incorrect because our turn is right over there. And now it's just, you know what I mean, almost running a red light. It's just like kind of all over the place, you know. And now that person is next to us, right? They're just hanging out there. So now the car has to either like let them go or kind of hightail it because that turn is right there past that building. So I don't know how it's going to approach this, how it's going to do this. Last time it made it, it impressed me. But now we have more people. We have someone in the far right lane, and we have other people. So I don't know how it's going to do this. Is it going to impede traffic to do it, which it shouldn't? And now we have even more people coming. Okay, it seems like it's hightailing it. It's definitely not going to make it. Okay. Interesting. Well, wow. Okay. So that was good, but not good. Right? Let's see how it handles this person walking on the side of the road. Does it even phase them? He wasn't even paying attention. So that was incorrect. That was not a turn lane. You have to be in the far right. Now I understand that you turn based on the first lane, but there's 2 turn lanes going left, and that's just how traffic in Michigan works, right? So this was okay, but I believe the law is you have to be completely out of the walk area, the crosswalk, excuse me, is the term, and until then you proceed if you want to do by law, right? So it's like, they were already almost like halfway out, so by the time the car actually turned and went forward, it was kind of like, okay, like whatever. So we should see a beautiful skyline here of Canada, Windsor. Shout out to my Canadian followers and Canadian friends. Interesting. So the navigation point is straight, and it's in the wrong lane again, so it's kind of doing whatever it's doing. Okay, whatever. But yeah, so this is kind of like where we're at with FSD. It's not terrible, but it's just like, okay. So I'm going to shut off here. Let's go back into Campus Martius again. Let's see what it's going to do. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the system. We got a red light. We got to turn left here. Okay, cool. So it gets over into the proper turn lane. That's good. Because last time we were here in the initial video of this version release, it turned from this lane over here and then went left, which is incorrect. But again, I'm putting it in that situation as if it was a robotaxi, right? And it just stopped to the right, dropped it off, picked someone else up, or it didn't, and it's going to its next destination. Because that's essentially what they keep hyping is robotaxi, robotaxi. If we want robotaxi, it's got to figure out these small things, right? I'm actually pretty impressed. I just got that 360 recently. Been experimenting with different pieces of content of how pretty good the 360 battery is. It's not bad. So again, 2 left turn lanes. It's in the far lane that's supposed to be straight, and then it kind of makes into the turn lane. Like that's way too, that's not correct. You don't change lanes in the middle of an intersection. I think that's most states are like that. Okay, squeezing its way in there, that's a real tough one. Someone behind us too. Back where we started. Guy on his rollerblades. Cool. All right. So I'm picking a different destination. See, I don't want it to go down this same street again. Whatever, we're just gonna pick a random, no, don't turn right. Okay, so it's going straight and it's avoiding this person nicely. It's kind of, wow, it's getting really close here. So that's kind of like impeding traffic now. So I'm tapping the accelerator to gotta get out of the traffic's way that is behind us. That guy ran a red light. Okay, so there's a cop right there. He probably wouldn't have gave us a ticket, but that is called running a red light. It was about to mimic what the humans were doing. You're supposed to wait. All right, let's turn it back on. Cool. Yeah, system seems pretty fussy at night. I don't know why. But I guess that's just how the cookie crumbles at night. Guy parallel parking. So it can go on red here. Even on a green arrow, it's kind of like hesitant. So this behavior is interesting. So this is the correct lane to be in. It is a red light, stopping nicely for the pedestrian. That's cool. And as you can see, just like a lot of lanes, these two lanes, they go left, they curve together. And for that, it needs to stay in this lane. And now it's taking the outer lane, which is fine. There's two lanes it can take. So it kind of like, it's sticking between both of them. So luckily there isn't a car there. So again, really confused on basic stuff. Like when we initially tried this version, it wasn't too bad. So I ended the navigation. So I'm going to have it just go straight. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, I just noticed what it did. That car was turning left because they were going to go left, and the car, yeah, you see, sometimes the AI is very impressive, which has been a lot recently. Went around that car instead of waiting for it. Wow, that was, and right before the light changed too. That was very next level AI. Holy crap. And that, by the way, that is 120,000% legal. You can do that, as long as you obviously do it in a controlled manner. And for those of you that have been watching the longer video, because I like to cut up these longer videos into shorts and smaller videos, about a minute to two long on TikTok as well. Yes, I haven't touched the wheel until I disengage. So let's send this here. I always like sending it in front of Tiger Stadium. I don't think there's anything going on because it's all about the Lions now. Again, I'm not a sports guy, but I do keep up to date with the latest sports things. So we'll see how the weather is when I think they had a game last night. I don't think it was a home game though, but maybe come down here when they have a home game, because Ford Field is right in the distance. So okay. So I think there used to be a stop sign here, but it's stopping for no reason. It doesn't need to be doing that. It's getting in the correct lane because these two lanes are for straight, but it shouldn't be doing that because there was somebody behind us and that could have caused an accident. There is no stop sign there. There was no pedestrian or anything like that. So, okay. This is good, because this is a destination, and then the car turn on signal went off to the right. Your robo-taxi has finished. Ha ha ha. So yeah, we're just about under 20 minutes. So again, I just wanted to do like a little video like this at nighttime, trying, you know, the system out at nighttime, just to see how it is. But I think it did pretty well. But there is still some stuff that needs to be worked on if we're going to actually be robo-taxi, especially in a city like this. And I think they should have a lot of data from me, because I make so many videos down here downtown. You guys seem to like it. So now it's making, I guess I never ended the navigation point, but it's making a circle. So again, thanks for watching.